Hi, this is Ben with Harvest Profit. This is the third part of our video series, and we're going to be going over the crop planner page. If you're just getting started with your account and you finished the field and land cost tab, this is the next step. If you're a user that's already been using the software, there's probably not a whole lot of things on this page that you don't know about, but we're still going to go over how to do entity shares and how to use them. And we're going to go over when you would want to use an entity share over a crop share. So to get started, we're going to click on Start Planning, and that's going to open up our crop planner so we can start adding which crops we're going to plant on which field. So to start off, this home east field is going to be a split field, meaning there's going to be two crops. So I clicked Add Crop. We're going to select corn and soybeans. So this field had, I believe, 90 acres of corn and 70 acres of soybeans in this example data that we have. And we're going to set the Harvest Profit Farms LLC as the entity for this. Coming down, we're just going to select some soybean crops for these random fields that are in here that are left. So next step is I adjusted the planted acres here so that planted acres are what your applications are based off of. So for some reason, if this is this is originally set to your field and land cost acres. So if you didn't get the whole field planted, maybe your rented acres versus your planted acres are a little different. You want to make that adjustment here. So that way when you enter in a seeding application and that applied to all acres is being applied to the correct amount of acres. Now granted, if we are pulling those applications in from Deere or FieldView, we're going to be pulling in the acres with it. But for manual applications, it's always good to have this number short up here. So we're going to select some single entities here as well to these fields, so we have some good examples on the P&L page. And the last thing I want to show is how to set up an entity share. So an entity share would be when two entities are farming a field together, through a percentage split. So we come to the top of this page, click on this sub tab that's called Entity Shares. We're going to add my first share. I'm just going to call this 50-50. We'll call it Jared and Nick. We're going to select their entities here. So we're going to select Jared and Nick, and their percentages are 50-50. You can change those percentages. You can add multiple entities if you want. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that your total allocation is 100%, and you can save this entity share. It shows up in this list, but now we need to apply it to the field. So come back to the crop planner by field. Come to the field you want to set that to, and now you can see at the bottom of this list we have an entity share. Select that entity share, and we can save our crop plan. Other than that, this page you can do some bulk editing for. You could bulk edit or bulk assign crop shares or crops. You can also export this page if you want to print this off and share it with someone so they know your acres. You have an acre summary at the bottom. We also have this crop plan by crop, which is going to give us, showing each crop and what fields it's planted on. So it kind of gives you an idea of where your rotation is sitting. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this page. You might not edit this much throughout the year, but it is very important to have this set up correctly before you start planning or doing anything else. Your fields will not show up in your applications list until there's a crop with acres assigned to it on the crop planner page. If you have any questions, you can send us an email. Our email address is support@harvestprofit.com. Otherwise, schedule a call with us and we'll help you out. Thanks.